The Flower Adornment Sutra. Archive.org. Translated in the Tang Dynasty by the Tripitaka. Master Shramana Shikshananda of Khotan. A translation of the Avatamsaka-Sutra by Thomas Cleary, 1993. Note, Thomas Cleary is not a monk. Book 25, d. 10 Dedications. Continued, d. Thus enlightening beings, when they give lamps, wishing to benefit all sentient beings, to give peace and happiness to all sentient beings, follow all sentient beings by these roots of goodness, embrace all sentient beings by these roots of goodness, distribute to all sentient beings these roots of goodness, treat all sentient beings kindly by these roots of goodness, satisfy all sentient beings by these roots of goodness, take care of all sentient beings by these roots of goodness, rescue all sentient beings by these roots of goodness, focus their minds on sentient beings by these roots of goodness, equally benefit all sentient beings by these roots of goodness, and observe all sentient beings by these roots of goodness. This is great enlightening beings' dedication of roots of goodness when giving lamps. They dedicate thus without hindrance, causing sentient beings to dwell on roots of goodness. When enlightening beings give medicines, they dedicate the roots of goodness in this way. May all sentient beings attain ultimate emancipation from all shrouds and bonds. May all sentient beings forever be rid of the body of sickness and attain the body of the enlightened. May all sentient beings become great medicines themselves, annihilating the sickness of all that is not good. May all sentient beings perfect the medicine that relieves all illness and abide securely in the enlightening I'm. Dedications being staged to non-regression. May all sentient beings develop the medicines of enlightenment and be able to extract the poison arrows of all afflictions. May all sentient beings draw near to worthies and sages, annihilate afflictions, and cultivate pure practices. May all sentient beings become great physicians, forever eliminating all illnesses and not letting them recur. May all sentient beings be indestructible trees to medicine, able to cure all sentient beings. May all sentient beings attain the light of omniscience and remove the myriad arrows to sickness. May all sentient beings know how to formulate worldly medicines, to cure the illnesses there. When great enlightening beings give medicines, they dedicate the roots to goodness in this way to cause all sentient beings to be forever free from sicknesses, to be ultimately at ease, to be ultimately pure, to be free from illusion like the Buddha, to remove the arrows of all sicknesses, to attain an inexhaustible, healthy body, to attain an indestructible body, to attain a strong body, to attain the complete comfort of Buddhahood, which cannot be taken away, and to attain the independent, strong body to all Buddhas. Great enlightening beings are able to generously give all kinds of vessels, gold vessels filled with jewels, silver vessels filled with jewels, lapis lazuli vessels filled with various precious substances, glass vessels filled with innumerable jewel ornaments, mother-of-pearl vessels filled with red pearls, agate vessels filled with coral, white jade vessels filled with myriad delicacies, sandalwood vessels filled with celestial raiment, diamond vessels filled with myriad sublime fragrances, countless precious vessels of all kinds, filled with innumerable various treasures. They give them to Buddhas, because they believe the Buddha's field to blessings is inconceivable. They give to enlightening beings, because they know that wise teachers are hard to find. They give to holy mendicants, to cause the Buddha teachings to remain in the world. They give to disciples to Buddhas and to individual illuminates, because they have pure faith in the sages. They give to their parents, out of respect. They give to their teachers and predecessors, that they may always teach, to induce the cultivation of virtues in accord with the injunctions to the sages. They give to the lowly, poor, and destitute, because they regard all sentient beings equally with the loving eye of great benevolence and compassion. They give out of devotion to fulfillment to the transcendent generosity of all enlightening beings to past, present, and future. They give everything to everyone, because they never reject sentient beings. When they give in this way, they have no attachment to the gift or the receiver. When great enlightening beings give various precious vessels filled with innumerable precious things like this, they dedicate the roots of goodness in this way. may all sentient beings become vessels equal to the boundless receptacle of space, with vast recollective power able to absorb and retain all worldly and transmundane scriptures, without forgetting anything. May all sentient beings become vessels of purity able to understand the extremely profound true teaching to the Buddhas. May all sentient beings become vessels of unexcelled jewels, able to receive and hold the teachings to Buddhas to all times. May all sentient beings become vast vessels of teaching of the enlightened, with indestructible faith taking in the methods of enlightenment to the Buddhas of all times. May all sentient beings become vessels adorned by supreme treasures, abiding in the most powerful will for enlightenment. May all sentient beings become vessels which are receptacles to virtue, developing pure faith in the infinite knowledge and wisdom of the enlightened. May all sentient beings become the vessel to approach and entry into omniscience and ultimately attain the unhindered liberation of the enlightened. May all sentient beings become vessels of enlightening practices throughout the future, able to cause sentient beings to all abide securely in the power of omniscience. May all sentient beings become vessels of the supreme qualities of the family to Buddhas of all times, able to receive and retain what is said by the Buddhas in their sublime voices. May all sentient beings become vessels containing the congregations and enlightenment scenes to all Buddhas of all worlds throughout the space to the cosmos, becoming great human beings, lenders in praising the Buddhas and requesting them to turn the will to true teaching. This is great enlightening beings' dedication of roots of goodness when giving vessels, because they want to cause all sentient beings to be able to complete the vessel to the practice and vows of the universally good enlightening being. Great enlightening beings give various chariots, adorned with jewels, to the Buddhas, to enlightening beings, teachers, worthy companions, disciples of Buddhas and individual illuminates, and innumerable various such fields to blessings, including the poor and destitute. Of these people, some come from afar, some come from nearby, some come because they have heard of the enlightening beings, some come because of affinities with the enlightening beings, some come because they have heard to the vow of generosity which the enlightening beings made in the past. Some come at the request to the enlightening beings themselves. At such a time, the enlightening beings may give jeweled chariots or gold chariots, all beautifully adorned, covered with nets to chimes, with precious streamers trailing. They may give chariots to the finest lapis lazuli, decorated with countless rare fees. They may give silver chariots, covered with golden nets, drawn by swift horses. They may give chariots adorned with countless mixed jewels, covered with jewel nets, drawn by elephants. They may give sandalwood chariots, with wheels to sublime jewels, canopies to mixed jewels, with lion scats of jewels set out in fine arrays with 100,000 girls sitting in rows thereon, the carts driven by 100,000 strong men. Or they may give chariots of clear crystal, decorated with mixtures of gems, filled with beautiful women, covered with jeweled curtains, with banners and pennants on the sides. They may give chariots of stores to agate, embellished with all precious substances, perfumed with various fragrances, adorned with all kinds of beautiful flowers, with 100,000 girls holding jewel ornaments, the carts pulled by steeds equally well trained, able to travel over dangerous places with case. Or they may give chariots of solid perfume, with wheels of precious substances, with massive, beautiful adornments, covered with jeweled drapes, trailing jeweled nets, the insides spread with various precious robes, emitting fine, pure, pleasing fragrances, attended by countless celestials as they move along, providing all kinds of precious substances from time to time. They may present chariots of luminous jewels, the beautiful hues of the various jewels thoroughly translucent, covered with nets of many wonderful jewels, with ornaments of mixed jewels hanging down on all sides, sprinkled with powdered incense, fragrant and clean inside and out, with charming men and women riding on them. When great enlightening beings present such chariots of myriad beautiful gems to Buddhas, they dedicate the roots of goodness thus: may all sentient beings be able to make offerings to the highest field of blessings, give to Buddhas with deep faith, and attain infinite rewards. May all sentient beings turn their whole minds to the Buddha, and always meet infinite pure fields of blessings. may all sentient beings begrudge nothing to the Buddhas, and fully perfect the mind of great relinquishment, may all sentient beings practice giving to the Buddhas, give up the aspirations of the two lesser vehicles, and attain the unobstructed liberation and omniscient knowledge of the Buddhas, may all sentient beings practice endless giving to the Buddhas and enter the knowledge and wisdom of Buddhas, with infinite virtues, may all sentient beings enter the supreme knowledge of Buddhas and be able to become sovereigns of pure, unexcelled knowledge, may all sentient beings attain the Buddha's spiritual faculty of reaching everywhere without obstruction, and go wherever they wish freely, may all sentient beings enter deeply into the great vehicle, attain immeasurable knowledge, and be stabilized therein, imperturbable, may all sentient beings be able to bring forth ways to omniscience and become supreme fields of blessings for humans and celestials, may all sentient beings have no antagonism toward the Buddhas, diligently plant roots of goodness, and happily seek enlightened knowledge, may all sentient beings spontaneously be able to go to all Buddha fields, going throughout the cosmos in a single instant, without tiring, may all sentient beings attain the true spiritual faculties of enlightening beings, distribute their bodies throughout space, approach and make offerings to all Buddhas, may all sentient beings attain the incomparable body, going everywhere in the 10 directions, without wearying, may all sentient beings attain a vast body flying swiftly wherever they want to go, never flagging, may all sentient beings attain the ultimate power of freedom of all Buddhas, in a single instant manifesting the Buddha's spiritual powers and mystic displays throughout space, may all sentient beings cultivate peaceful, blissful practice, following the path of all enlightening beings, may all sentient beings attain speed in action, and consummate the knowledge and spiritual abilities of the 10 powers, may all sentient beings enter all lands in the cosmos, annulling the boundaries so they are equal and without distinction, may all sentient beings carry out the practice of universal goodness and wisdom, never retreating, reach the other shore, and attain omniscience, may all sentient beings climb into the vehicle of peerless knowledge and, following the nature of things, see the truth as it really is. This is the great enlightening being's dedication of roots of goodness when presenting precious chariots to all Buddhas of the present or to the memorial shrines of Buddhas after they have passed away. This is to cause sentient beings to gain the unobstructed vehicle of ultimate emancipation of the enlightened. When great enlightening beings give precious chariots to good teachers such as enlightening beings, they dedicate the roots of goodness in this way. May all sentient beings always remember the teachings of the wise and concentrate diligently on preserving them so they may not be lost. May all sentient beings share the same benefits as good teachers, all inclusive, and have the same roots of goodness. May all sentient beings draw near to good teachers, respect and provide for them, giving up all they have to please them. May all sentient beings develop good aspirations and follow good associates, never leaving them. May all sentient beings always get to meet good teachers, wholeheartedly attend to them, and not oppose their instructions. May all sentient beings like good teachers and never reject them, so there is no alienation, no mix-up, and no error. May all sentient beings be able to give themselves to good teachers, following their instructions without opposition. May all sentient beings be accepted by good teachers, cultivate great compassion, and depart from all evils. May all sentient beings follow good teachers and listen to the truths spoken by the Buddhas. May all sentient beings have the same roots of goodness as the teachers, with pure results of action, and practice the same vows as the enlightening beings, ultimately accomplishing the 10 powers. May all sentient beings be able to accept and apply the methods of good teachers, and reach the realms of all concentrations, knowledge, wisdom, and spiritual powers. May all sentient beings be able to accept and hold all right teachings, put them into practice, and reach the other shore. May all sentient beings ride in the great vehicle, without any hindrance or obstruction, and ultimately complete the path of omniscience. May all sentient beings manage to climb into the vehicle of all knowledge and reach the abode of peace, without ever turning back. May all sentient beings know how to act according to reality, and attain the ultimate of all the Buddha teachings they hear, never forgetting. May all sentient beings be accepted by the Buddhas and attain unhindered Knowledge to ultimate truth. May all sentient beings attain autonomous spiritual powers which never fade away, and be able to go wherever they want to in a single thought. May all sentient beings come and go freely, widely teaching and guiding, causing others to abide in the great vehicle. May all sentient beings' acts be fruitful, borne by the vehicle of knowledge to the stage of the ultimate. May all sentient beings gain the vehicle to non-obstruction and reach all places by unimpeded knowledge. This is great enlightening beings' dedication to roots of goodness when giving various chariots and cars to good teachers. It is to cause sentient beings to be filled with virtues equal to the Buddhas and enlightening beings. When great enlightening beings give precious chariots to mendicants, they engender the will to practice all giving, the will to comprehend thoroughly by knowledge, the will to purity virtuous qualities, the mind which accords with relinquishment, the thought that true Buddhist mendicants are hard to meet, a mind to deep faith in the religious community, and the will to uphold right teaching. They abide in supreme aspiration, to an unprecedented degree. They hold great assemblies to giving, producing immeasurably great merit, with profound faith in the Buddhist teaching which cannot be undermined. They dedicate the roots of goodness in this way. May all sentient beings enter comprehensively into the Buddha teachings and keep them in mind. May all sentient beings leave the state of ordinary ignorant people and enter the realm of sages. May all sentient beings quickly enter the ranks of the sages and be able to use the Buddha teachings to awaken and guide step by step. May all sentient beings be respected and trusted by all the world. May all sentient beings enter into the equality to all things and know that the inherent nature to things is non-dual. May all sentient beings be born from the realm of enlightened knowledge and be surrounded by docile harmonious people. May all sentient beings abide by the methods for removing defilement, getting rid of the stains of all afflictions. May all sentient beings be able to form a supreme religious community, leave the state of ordinary people and enter the congregation of worthies and sages. May all sentient beings diligently practice good principles, attain unhindered knowledge, and be endowed with sage-like qualities. May all sentient beings attain wisdom, not be attached to the past, present, or future, and be true as kings among the masses. May all sentient beings ride the vehicle of knowledge and wisdom and turn the wheel of right teaching. May all sentient beings be endowed with spiritual faculties and be able to go to innumerable worlds in a single thought. May all sentient beings ride the body of space, their knowledge unobstructed in any world. May all sentient beings enter all congregations to Buddhas throughout cosmic space, and accomplish the foremost practices to transcendence. May all sentient beings attain physical lightness and comfort and extraordinary knowledge and wisdom, and be able to enter all Buddha fields. May all sentient beings attain unbounded skillful power of psychic travel, manifesting their bodies in all lands. May all sentient beings attain a body which relics on nothing at all, appearing everywhere like a reflection, by spiritual faculties. May all sentient beings attain inconceivable autonomous spiritual powers, whereby they appear before those who may be taught, to edify and civilize them. May all sentient beings attain unhindered means of entry into the reality realm, in a single thought traveling throughout all lands in the 10 directions. This is great enlightening beings' dedication of roots of goodness when giving precious chariots to mendicants. It is to cause sentient beings to all ride the vehicle of pure, unsurpassed knowledge, and in all worlds turn the unobstructed wheel of knowledge of truth. When great enlightening beings give precious chariots to Buddhist disciples and individual illuminates, they engender these frames of mind: consciousness of fields of blessings, honor and respect, consciousness of oceans of virtues, consciousness of ability to produce virtue and wisdom, consciousness of birth from the power of the virtues of the enlightened, consciousness of myriad eons of cultivation, consciousness of ability to cultivate enlightening practices over innumerable eons, consciousness of escape from the bondage of all delusion, consciousness of destruction of all demons, consciousness of the light of wisdom, illumining the unexcelled truth. The roots of goodness in this giving of chariots they dedicate in this way. May all sentient beings be supreme fields of blessings, believed in by the world, fulfilling unexcelled transcendent generosity. May all sentient beings give up useless talk, always enjoy solitude, and have no second thoughts. May all sentient beings become most excellent pure fields of blessings, taking in all sentient beings and inducing them to cultivate acts which produce felicity. May all sentient beings become fonts of wisdom and be able to bestow on living beings immeasurable, innumerable rewards of roots of goodness. May all sentient beings persist in unhindered action, fully developing a pure, excellent field of blessings. May all sentient beings abide in non-contention, realizing that all things do nothing and have essencelessness for their essence. May all sentient beings always get to be near the supreme field of blessings, fully cultivating immeasurable virtues. May all sentient beings be able to manifest immeasurable spiritual powers and include all conscious beings in a pure field of blessings. May all sentient beings be endowed with a field of blessings of inexhaustible virtues, able to bestow on beings the 10 powers of the enlightened, the fruit of the foremost vehicle. May all sentient beings become fruitful, genuine fields of blessings, and develop the inexhaustible collection of blessings of all knowledge. May all sentient beings attain the way to extinguish wrongdoing, and be able to receive and hold the expressions and meanings of Buddhist teachings which they have never heard. May all sentient beings always diligently listen to and absorb all Buddha teachings, and understand everything they hear, so that it is not in vain. May all sentient beings hear the principles of the Buddhas, comprehend their ultimate import, and be able to expound them according to what they have learned. May all sentient beings believe and practice the instructions of the enlightened, and forever give up all the false views of erroneous philosophies. May all sentient beings always see worthies and sages and develop all the most excellent foundations of goodness. May all sentient beings always trust people who act wisely, and associate with and respect the sages. May all sentient beings, hearing the names of Buddhas, not let it go to waste, but all get to see with their eyes those they have heard of. May all sentient beings analyze and know well the right doctrines of the Buddhas, and be able to protect those who hold the Buddha teaching. May all sentient beings always enjoy listening to all Buddha teachings, absorb and hold them, read and recite them, expound upon them, illumine them, and comprehend them. May all sentient beings believe and understand the true virtues of the Buddha's teachings, and give whatever they have in respectful offerings. This is the dedication of roots of goodness of great enlightening beings when giving various chariots and cars to disciples of Buddhas or individual illuminates, to cause all sentient beings to attain fulfillment of pure, supreme knowledge and spiritual powers, to cultivate practice diligently, and attain omniscience, power, and fearlessness. When great enlightening beings give precious chariots to fields of blessings including the poor, the destitute, and the orphaned, they joyfully and tirelessly give whatever is needed, and even apologize to those people. I should have gone to offer you provisions, rather than trouble you to come so far and wear yourself out. Then they bow and kneel before them, ask about their health, and give them whatever they need. Sometimes they give crystal chariots with the finest women in the land, sometimes they give gilded chariots with women prized in society, sometimes they give lapis lazuli chariots with dancing girls, sometimes they give chariots of various extraordinary jewels with maidens like goddesses, sometimes they give chariots adorned with innumerable jewels, with bejeweled women, gentle and bright, eloquent and intelligent. Sometimes they give sandalwood chariots to ride, sometimes they give crystal chariots with bejeweled women in them, incomparably beautiful, dressed in sumptuous robes, a delight to all who see. Sometimes they give agate chariots, with crown princes riding in them, sometimes they give chariots of aromatic resins with all their sons and daughters in them, sometimes they give chariots adorned with all precious substances, with their relatives and good friends, so hard to give up, riding in them. Great enlightening beings respectfully give innumerable such precious chariots when they are asked to satisfy all wishes and make people happy and content. They dedicate these roots of goodness in this way. May all sentient beings ride the universal vehicle, which rolls unimpeded and never turns back, to reach inconceivable trees of enlightenment. May all sentient beings ride the vehicle of knowledge of the great teaching, based on pure causes, and cultivate enlightening practice throughout the future, never turning back. May all sentient beings ride the vehicle of the non-existence of all things, forever part from all conceptual clinging, and always practice the path of omniscience. May all sentient beings ride the vehicle of truthfulness and honesty, without flattery or deception, and go to all Buddha fields freely, without hindrance. May all sentient beings follow and abide by the vehicle of omniscience, pleasing each other with the principles of Buddhahood. May all sentient beings all ride the vehicle of pure practices of enlightening beings and fulfill all the ways of emancipation and the bliss of concentration of enlightening beings. May all sentient beings ride a vehicle of four wheels, that is, living in a good land, staying with good people, building up excellent virtues, and making great vows, hereby fulfilling the pure religious practice of all enlightening beings. May all sentient beings obtain the vehicle of the light of truth illumining everywhere throughout the 10 directions, and cultivate the power of knowledge of all enlightened ones. May all sentient beings ride the vehicle of Buddha teaching, and arrive at the other shore of all things. May all sentient beings ride the vehicle of the inconceivable teaching of myriad felicitous virtues, and show the right path of peace and serenity throughout the 10 directions. May all sentient beings ride the vehicle of great generosity, sloughing off the dirt of stinginess. May all sentient beings ride the vehicle of pure morality, maintaining pure precepts as boundless as the cosmos. May all sentient beings ride the vehicle of forbearance, and always be free of the pollution of anger towards sentient beings. May all sentient beings ride the non-regressing vehicle of great diligence, steadfastly cultivate excellent practices, and proceed on the path of enlightenment. May all sentient beings ride the vehicle of meditation concentration, quickly reach the site of enlightenment, and realize enlightened knowledge. May all sentient beings ride the vehicle of wisdom and skill in means, and emanate bodies filling the realms of the Buddhas. In all universes, may all sentient beings ride the vehicle of mastery of the teaching, develop fearlessness, and constantly distribute to all people teachings of methods to attain omniscience. May all sentient beings ride the vehicle of knowledge without attachment and be able to enter everywhere in the 10 directions into the real nature of things, and not be disturbed by anything. May all sentient beings ride the vehicle of the teachings of all Buddhas, appearing to be born in all lands. Throughout the 10 directions, without losing the path of the great vehicle, may all sentient beings ride the vehicle of the supreme treasury of omniscience, and fulfill the practices and vows of the universally good enlightening being, without growing weary of it. This is the great enlightening being's dedication of roots of goodness when giving precious chariots to fields of blessings, including the poor and the orphaned, to cause sentient beings to have immeasurable knowledge, to be joyful and buoyant, and to all ultimately attain the vehicle of universal knowledge. Great enlightening beings give prize elephants, which are docile, physically complete, and in their prime years, with 6 tusks, pure and clean, lotus-like mouths red in color, bodies pure white, like mountains of snow. They are ornamented with golden banners, covered with nets of jewels, with various exquisite gems adorning their trunks. All find endless delight in looking at them. They can walk thousands of miles without tiring. Also, enlightening beings give trained prize horses with all the characteristics of celestial steeds, with moonlight discs of exquisite jewels as luminous ornaments, covered with nets of gold bells, stepping evenly and straight so that the riders are comfortable, going wherever wished as fast as the wind, traveling freely and unimpeded throughout the 4 continents. Enlightening beings give these prize elephants and horses to their parents, teachers, and to poor, suffering beings. Their hearts are broad and without regret or grudge, only increasing in joy and feeling more and more compassion and pity as they cultivate the virtues of enlightening beings and purify the enlightening mind. They dedicate these roots of goodness in this way. May all sentient beings abide in the vehicle of harmony and docility and increase in all the virtuous qualities characteristic of enlightening beings. May all sentient beings attain the vehicle of liberative skills and be able to produce all enlightening teachings as necessary. May all sentient beings obtain the vehicle of resolute faith, universally illumining the power of unhindered knowledge of the enlightened. May all sentient beings attain the vehicle of inspiration, and be able to conceive all great vows. May all sentient beings fulfill the impartial vehicle of the ways of transcendence, and completely fulfill all impartial roots of goodness. May all sentient beings perfect the vehicle of treasures, bearing the unexcelled treasure of knowledge of all verities of Buddhahood, may all sentient beings perfect the vehicle of adornment by the practices of enlightening beings, causing the flowers of the meditations of enlightening beings to bloom. May all sentient beings obtain the vehicle of unbounded swiftness, purifying the enlightening mind and earnestly contemplating for countless cons, comprehending all things. May all sentient beings perfect the great vehicle of supreme self-mastery, with skill in means fulfilling the stages of enlightening beings. May all sentient beings perfect the highest, broadest, sturdiest great vehicle, able to carry all sentient beings to the state of all knowledge. This is great enlightening beings' dedication of roots of goodness when giving elephants and horses, to cause sentient beings to all ride the vehicle of unobstructed knowledge, the vehicle to perfect completion and arrival at Buddhahood. When great enlightening beings give scats or lion thrones to sit on, those scats are high and wide and extremely beautiful, with lapis lazuli legs, spread with soft, supple raiment made of gold thread, arrayed with jeweled banners, perfumed with various delicate fragrances, decorated with ornaments to innumerable various jewels, covered overhead with golden nets and jewel chimes rustling in the breeze and producing exquisite sounds, magnificently embellished all around with adornments to myriad unusual designs, looked up to by all people, occupied only by crowned monarchs proclaiming the law respectfully followed by all states. Those monarchs are also adorned with beautiful jewels, luminous jewels, sapphires, giant sapphires, jewel crystals from the finest mines, bright and clear as the sun, pure and cool as the moon, surrounding in profusion, like myriad stars, are ornaments to supreme beauty, incomparable jewels to the sea, solid banner-like treasures of the sea, with extraordinary patterns and unusual appearances. Their heads are crowned with turbans to finest gold and pure jewels. They receive the rank of coronation, reign over the continent Jambu, endowed with immeasurable charismatic power, making kindness principle, conquering all those who are hostile and inimical, obeyed wherever their commands reach. Great enlightening beings, becoming such monarchs, then give such jewel-adorned thrones to Buddhas, the foremost fields to blessings, and to enlightening beings, genuine teachers, wise and holy mendicants, preachers of the teaching, parents, relatives, Buddhist disciples, and individual illuminates, as well as those setting out on the vehicle to enlightening beings, and also to monuments of Buddhas, and to all the poor and destitute, the orphaned and homeless. They give everything according to need. These roots to goodness they dedicate in this way. May all sentient beings sit on the scat to enlightenment and thoroughly awaken to the truth realized by all Buddhas. May all sentient beings sit on the scat of freedom and attain independence of things, which even diamond mountains could not break, and be able to smash and conquer all the hordes to delusions. May all sentient beings gain the Buddha's lion throne to freedom, looked up to by all beings. May all sentient beings obtain chairs adorned with unspeakably unspeakable numbers of various exquisite jewels, become masters to the teachings, and guide sentient beings. May all sentient beings attain the throne which is supreme in all worlds, adorned by extensive great foundations of goodness. May all sentient beings obtain scats which pervade unspeakably unspeakable numbers to worlds, such as could not be fully eulogized in immeasurable eons. May all sentient beings obtain the seat of profound mystic virtues, and their bodies fill all universes. May all sentient beings obtain scats of inconceivable numbers to all kinds to jewels, and extensively carry out the giving of teaching to whatever sentient beings are considered in their past vows. May all sentient beings obtain scats of refined subtlety and manifest the spiritual powers of untold Buddhas. May all sentient beings obtain scats of all jewels, to all incenses, of all flowers, of all robes, to all garlands, of all crystals, and so on, seats to inconceivably many various precious things. Scats of innumerable worlds, pure scats to the adornments of all worlds, seats of all diamonds, and manifest the powers and freedom of Buddhas, and fulfill most perfect enlightenment. This is great enlightening beings' dedication to roots to goodness when giving seats to precious things, to cause sentient beings to obtain the seat of great enlightenment beyond the world and spontaneously become aware to the truths realized by all Buddhas. Great enlightening beings give various precious canopies, these canopies extraordinary, used by nobles, adorned with various great jewels, most excellent among billions of fine canopies, with supports made of all precious substances, covered with fine meshes, with golden bells on jeweled strings hanging down all around and draped with crystal necklaces making elegant sounds in harmony with the stirring of the breeze, all decorated with treasuries to pearls and jades, filled with innumerable various rare fees, scented with sandalwood and aloe, fully embellished with infinite precious substances like radiantly pure gold. Such canopies they give with pure hearts to Buddhas, or to monuments of Buddhas after their extinction, or, for the sake of the teaching, they give them to enlightening beings, good teachers, famous ministers to the teaching, or they give them to parents, or to mendicants, or to all the Buddhist teachings, or to various sentient beings as fields to blessings, or to religious leaders or venerable adepts, or those who have just set their minds on enlightenment, and to all the poor, destitute, orphaned, and homeless, to all who seek, they give. These roots of goodness they dedicate in this way. May all sentient beings cultivate foundations to goodness whereby to cover their bodies, and always be protected by the Buddhas. May all sentient beings make virtue and wisdom their canopies and forever part from all the afflictions to the world. May all sentient beings shade themselves with virtues and get rid of the dust and dirt and searing afflictions of the world. May all sentient beings attain a treasury to knowledge and wisdom, causing everyone to always enjoy seeing them. May all sentient beings shade themselves with the pure way to dispassionate tranquility, and all attain the indestructible state to Buddhahood. May all sentient beings shield their bodies with good and ultimately attain the pure body of reality of the Buddhas. May all sentient beings become universal canopies and cover the whole world with the knowledge of the 10 powers. May all sentient beings attain sublime wisdom, transcending the world, free from attachments. May all sentient beings gain the canopy of worthiness, become superlative fields of blessings, and receive all offerings. May all sentient beings obtain the supreme canopy, attain unsurpassed knowledge, and naturally realize enlightenment. This is great enlightening beings' dedication of roots of goodness when giving canopies, umbrellas, and parasols, to cause all sentient beings to obtain the canopy of freedom and be able to uphold all good ways, to cause all sentient beings to be able to cover all fields and lands in all realms in space, and manifest the true spiritual powers to the Buddhas, without regressing, to cause all sentient beings to be able to adorn all worlds in the 10 directions with one canopy, and offer it to the Buddha, to cause all sentient beings to offer beautiful banners, pennants, and jeweled canopies to all the enlightened ones, to cause all sentient beings to obtain a canopy of universal adornment and cover the lands of all the Buddhas. May all sentient beings obtain a vast canopy to cover sentient beings everywhere and cause them all to engender faith in the Buddha, to cause all sentient beings to offer innumerable canopies of wonderful precious adornments to one Buddha, and to do the same for innumerable Buddhas, to cause all sentient beings to attain the high, wide canopy of the enlightenment of Buddhas, covering all the enlightened ones, to cause all sentient beings to obtain canopies adorned with all jewels. Canopies adorned with all jewelry, canopies adorned with all solid perfumes, canopies with pure adornments of various jewels, canopies with pure adornments of innumerable jewels, immense canopies with adornments of pure jewels, covered with jewel nets, hung with jewel bells waving in the breeze producing sublime sounds, covering the bodies of the Buddhas in all worlds in the space of the cosmos, to cause all sentient beings to obtain canopies adorned with unhindered, unimpeded knowledge. Covering all the enlightened ones, also because they want to cause all sentient beings to attain the highest knowledge and wisdom, and because they want to cause all sentient beings to attain the adornment of the virtues of Buddhahood. Because they want to cause all sentient beings to attain the immeasurable, boundless treasures of the tree mind, because they want to cause all sentient beings to be filled with the independent knowledge of all truths, because they want to cause all sentient beings to cover all with virtues, because they want to cause all sentient beings to perfect the canopy of supreme knowledge, because they want to cause all sentient beings to perfect the all-covering canopy of the 10 powers, because they want to cause all sentient beings to be able to cover all but the fields in the cosmos, because they want to cause all sentient beings to be masters of all the enlightening teachings, because they want to cause all sentient beings to attain the tree mind of great mystic power, because they want to cause all sentient beings to attain vast knowledge permanently, because they want to cause all sentient beings to attain immeasurable ultimate virtues, covering all, because they want to cause all sentient beings to cover their minds with virtuous qualities, because they want to cause all sentient beings to shield all living creatures with an impartial mind, because they want to cause all sentient beings to attain skillful means of dedication, because they want to cause all sentient beings to attain pure minds of supreme aspiration, because they want to cause all sentient beings to attain pure wills with good intentions, and because they want to cause all sentient beings to attain great dedication covering all living beings. Great enlightening beings may give various splendid banners and pennants, their poles made of various jewels, pennants made of precious silk, banners to various mixed colors and patterns, draped with jeweled nets, shining colors filling everywhere, jewel bells gently stirring, ringing in harmony, with rare jewels shaped like the half-moon and gold more radiant than the sun placed atop each banner, decorated with various wonderful things caused to appear by results of actions in various worlds. Such marvelous banners and pennants, uncountable millions to billions of them, their radiance joining and highlighting each other, the light pure, covering the ground, filling all Buddha lands in the realms in space in 10 directions, the great enlightening beings, with pure-hearted faith give to Buddhas currently existing, or to their monuments after death, or to the treasury of the teaching, or to the religious community, or to enlightening beings, or to Buddhist disciples, or to self-enlightened beings, or to good teachers, or to Buddhist disciples, or to self-enlightened ones, or to the masses, or to particular people, to all who come seeking they give, and dedicate these roots to goodness in this way. May all sentient beings be able to set up banners of virtue on all foundations to goodness, so that they cannot be destroyed. May all sentient beings set up the banner of mastery to all the teachings, respecting, admiring, and diligently preserving them. May all sentient beings write down the true teachings on precious silk, preserving the treasury of teachings to Buddhas and enlightening beings. May all sentient beings set up high, outstanding banners, and light the lamp of wisdom, illuminating all the world. May all sentient beings set up the banner to steadfastness and be able to destroy all delusive actions and manias. May all sentient beings set up the banner to the power to knowledge, which no delusion can damage. May all sentient beings attain the banner of great knowledge and wisdom, destroying all the flags to worldly pride. May all sentient beings gain the banner of great light to the sun of knowledge, and illumine the whole realm of reality with the light of the sun to knowledge. May all sentient beings be endowed with banners adorned with innumerable jewels, filling all worlds in the 10 directions, and offer them to the Buddhas. May all sentient beings obtain the banner to realization of thusness, and destroy all the erroneous views of misleading paths. This is great enlightening beings' dedication to roots of goodness when giving banners and pennants, to cause all sentient beings to attain the pure paths of the banner of the extremely profound, lofty, and wide-ranging practices of enlightening beings, and the banner of the action to spiritual powers of enlightening beings. Great enlightening beings open up storehouses of myriad treasures and hundreds of billions of trillions of fine, rare jewels to all the countless sentient beings, giving whatever they wish unbegrudgingly. They dedicate the roots of goodness in this way. May all sentient beings always see the treasure of the Buddha, give up folly and cultivate right mindfulness. May all sentient beings be fully endowed with the light of the treasure of the teaching and preserve the treasury of teachings of all Buddhas. May all sentient beings be able to support the entire treasure of the community, tirelessly providing for its needs. May all sentient beings attain the highest treasure of mind, omniscience, and may their pure aspiration for enlightenment never recede. May all sentient beings attain the treasure of knowledge, entering into all things without doubt or confusion. May all sentient beings be endowed with the treasure of virtuous qualities of enlightening beings, reveal and expound immeasurable knowledge. May all sentient beings attain a treasure of immeasurable sublime qualities, cultivate and attain the knowledge of the 10 powers of true awareness. May all sentient beings attain the treasure of the 16 knowledges of refined meditation, and ultimately fulfill broad, great knowledge and wisdom. May all sentient beings develop the treasure of the supreme field of blessings, and awaken to the unexcelled knowledge and wisdom of the enlightened. May all sentient beings become masters of the most excellent treasure, and expound all truths with inexhaustible discernment. This is great enlightening being's dedication of roots of goodness when giving treasures, to cause all sentient beings to obtain the jewel of complete, supreme knowledge, the treasure of the unobstructed pure eye of the enlightened. Great enlightening beings may give various beautiful decorations for all bodies, causing the body to be beautiful and pleasing to all. Great enlightening beings regard all creatures in the world equally, like an only child, and want to cause them all to have adornments purifying their bodies, to attain supreme peace and comfort, to attain the bliss of enlightened knowledge, abide by the Buddha teachings and benefit living beings. With innumerable, various exquisite jewel ornaments such as these they diligently practice giving, and when they are giving they dedicate the roots of goodness in this way. May all sentient beings develop unexcelled, wonderful adornments and adorn humans and celestials with pure virtue and knowledge. May all sentient beings attain features of pure adornment, adorning themselves with pure felicitous virtues. May all sentient beings attain features of most sublime adornment, and array themselves with all marks of virtue. May all sentient beings attain features of unconfused adornments, adorning themselves with all marks of Buddhahood. May all sentient beings attain the features of adornment by good, pure speech, endowed with all kinds of unlimited intellectual powers. May all sentient beings attain the features of adornment by voices with all good qualities, their voices pure and clear, pleasing to all who hear. May all sentient beings attain the feature of adornment by the delightful speech of the Buddhas, causing living beings to hear the teaching, rejoice in it, and cultivate pure practice. May all sentient beings attain the features of adornment of mind, entering deep meditative concentration and seeing the Buddhas. May all sentient beings attain the features of adornment by total mental command, illumining the true teachings of all Buddhas. May all sentient beings attain the features of adornment by wisdom and knowledge, adorning their minds with the wisdom and knowledge of Buddhahood. This is great enlightening being's dedication of roots of goodness when generously giving all kinds of ornaments, to cause sentient beings to be endowed with the adornments of the complete fulfillment of all the innumerable qualities of Buddhas, complete virtue and knowledge, and to forever shed all conceit and self-indulgence. Continued,